We all think we know them, right? Guinea pigs. They're simple, they're quiet, and they are wonderfully cuddly pets. But what if I told you that behind those gentle little eyes, there's a secret social world that's, well, anything but simple? Today, we're going to pull back that curtain. So picture this. You've just refreshed the hay, you topped off their water bottle, and you're heading out for the day. You close the door behind you, and silence. The house is quiet. It's a peaceful moment any pet owner knows well. But is it really quiet? Or is that silence just the limit of what our human ears can pick up? What if, in that quiet, a whole complex world is buzzing with activity we just can't see or understand? That's the mystery we're diving into. Okay, so our investigation is going to start with the first layer, sound. Because it turns out that what we perceive as silence is actually filled with a rich and, honestly, a surprisingly complex language. Now, this is the sound most of us know and love. That excited, high-pitched "week" you hear the second they hear a plastic bag rustling. You think, oh, they're just begging for veggies. But biologically, it's actually a fascinating social signal. It's basically an announcement to the entire herd saying, hey, everybody, good things are happening over here. Food's coming. But this is where their language gets really nuanced. You see, a purr isn't just a purr. Look at the guinea pig on the left, that deep, relaxed rumble. Maybe he's all melted into a little puddle of fluff. That's pure contentment. Now, the sound on the right, totally different. It's a high-pitched, tense kind of vibration. And look at the posture. It's rigid, it's alert. That is a sound of agitation. We call them both a purr, but they are worlds apart in meaning. And their vocabulary just keeps growing. Chattering their teeth, that's an unmistakable back off right now warning. Rumbling is a huge part of their social life, and we are definitely going to get to that in a minute. And then there's chirping. It's this rare, almost bird-like sound that still has biologists scratching their heads, debating what it actually means. It's a real mystery in their language. Okay, so they're obviously talking to each other a lot, which brings us to the next big question. What are they talking about? Well, this is where their secret language starts to build a whole invisible social structure. This right here is so fundamental to understanding them. Guinea pigs are not solitary creatures, not at all. They are herd animals, and for any herd to work, there has to be an order. So in that quiet room, a complex social ladder is constantly being established and reinforced. And this whole negotiation happens through these very specific rituals. Remember that rumbling sound we talked about? Well, combine that with a slow, swaying walk, and you get rumble strutting. It's a classic dominance display. They'll also drag their little behinds to mark territory with their scent glands, and sometimes, it's as simple as a nose-off, just facing each other down to see who's going to back away first. Now, it's really important to get this. This isn't about one guinea pig being a bully or having a big ego. For an animal that's wired for survival, a clear social structure is a biological necessity. It cuts down on the kind of infighting that could attract predators, and it makes sure the whole group works as one stable unit. It's all about survival. And that word, survival, brings us to the deepest layer of all. Everything we've talked about, their language, their social rules, it's all shaped by one core biological fact. The guinea pig is a prey animal. And this fundamentally changes how they experience reality itself. 340 degrees. Just let that number sink in, because that number is the key to understanding their entire world. Think about our eyes. They're facing forward. We're built to focus on a target, like a predator. But a guinea pig's eyes, they're on the sides of its head. This gives them an incredible, almost panoramic field of vision. They are literally built not to focus on one thing in front of them, but to scan everything around them for any potential threat. So have you ever seen a guinea pig just freeze, go completely motionless all of a sudden? It's not being lazy or bored. This is a deep, hardwired survival instinct. It's called freezing. In the wild, a predator's vision is often triggered by movement. So by becoming completely still, the guinea pig is using its biology to basically become invisible. Their entire being is like a survival kit. Their hearing is incredibly sensitive, picking up on sounds we can't even dream of hearing. Huddling together, that's not just for warmth, it's a safety in numbers strategy. And even popcorning, that joyful, explosive little jump, is probably linked to a prey animal's instinct to react super quickly and erratically to a surprise, even if it's a happy one. So, okay, let's bring all these layers together. How does all of this change our view of that quiet little pet we left behind, that closed door? That quiet little stare we see is anything but empty. It's the watchful, constantly scanning eye of a herd animal. It's processing a world filled with high-frequency sounds, tiny social cues, and a nearly 360-degree view of its surroundings that we can barely even imagine. I mean, think about this journey of perception. We started with the surface image, right? A simple pet. Then we peeled back a layer and found a secret language. Beneath that, we discovered a complex social order. And at the very core of it all, we found a completely different sensory reality, one that's totally shaped by the biology of being prey. So, the next time you look at that quiet little creature, just ask yourself, are you looking at a simple pet? Or are you maybe just getting a tiny glimpse into a complex individual living in a rich, vibrant, and utterly unique reality that's happening right here, right alongside our own? Thanks for watching. What surprised you the most in this video? Let us know in the comments. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Bugs to Beasts for more explorations into the animal world.